Let's get started. Shot or no shot. Caller in our 7 o'clock hour talked about the Bears winning in convincing fashion. That's a quote, and what the outcome would be. It got me thinking, I don't really believe that exists in the NFL. Shot or no shot. In this league, winning a game by 1 point is winning convincingly.
In this league, that's a shot. Because this is not a college football conversation. We're not trying to figure out if the Bears or any team is good enough to be in the national championship title picture. Just win, and then you move forward. It's hard to win in this league. Have we forgotten that?
No, I'm with you on it. I'm guessing my point is, what is the conversation? Winning by a point is all that matters. It's all that matters. But if we're talking about placing the Bears in a conversation for next weekend, moving on to the future, winning convincingly would matter. Because if they won convincingly, it would tell us, hopefully, what type of team this is going to be this season. But you're right, John. Like, I'm gonna say no shot to Shea, but Jonathan, you're right. All that matters is win by 1 point.
I don't care.
That's all that matters in the NFL.
Just get better from week after week.
But then again, you guys have Snore Palm in the middle of the week.
College football. That's when you need it.
Well, no, we had some power rankings. Some power rankings for the NFL.
Like, to me, the Packers won an inconvincing game where they had to overcome 2 turnovers to beat a team that had 89 passing yards by 2 points on a last-second field goal. They're still in the top 5 in the NFL. It's not like I'm removing them from the conversation because they won in a way that I deem flawed.
I love the way you said that. Yep, makes sense. Totally understand it. But when it comes to this, though, like for the Bears, with a rookie quarterback, a lot of moving parts, you're just trying to gel. And no matter how you win, just win. That's what you want. And by the way, it shows the versatility of the football team, too. Can you win by 10? Can you win by 15? Can you win by 1? However you win, whatever the magic. And a perfect example is is Kansas City, right? You're undefeated, and they're winning all kind of different ways. And they're not even sharp. They're not even sharp yet.
It's all that matters.
May not be sharp this season. All right, Shea, what else do we have for shot or no shot?
All right, last night, the Minnesota Vikings lost both the battle and the war. They lost their game against the Rams, and they lost their star left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, with an apparent knee injury after he was rolled up on. He could miss some significant time. This is the second team in the division to suffer an injury that they really just could not afford, with the Lions losing Hutchinson and now the Vikings losing their left tackle, Christian Darrisaw. So shot or no shot, the door is officially open for the Bears in the NFC North.
It is at the moment. I will say a shot. I would also be cautious that an injury will not happen for this club. You know, like a part of
100%. They already have Brisker, Gordon.
Yeah, right now. But at some point, we assume they will be back. They have yet to face a season-ending injury for a star on this team, offensive or defensively. I would imagine, because most teams throughout a season have to go through that. I would just be cautiously prepared for when that happens. Hopefully, the Bears are deep enough at that position to recover for it.
What's that?
If the Bears have to face the same adversity, having a starter or a star go down for the season, like the Lions have had to face, and possibly the Vikings.
Right. I think that is. So say the question again, Shea.
With the catastrophic injuries facing the Lions and the Vikings, shot or no shot, the door is open in the North for the the Bears.
Yeah, that is a shot. Yeah, I think it's fluid. I do. As much as I think that the Lions are the class, I just think if the Bears keep moving forward, I mean, it's one of these divisions in which who knows.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. Who knows? All we know is that we have 4 teams that are playing excellent football. The entire nation now understands where the best football is, and that's the NFC North.
Yeah. Keep winning.
Yeah. So I would say that is a shot.
When we talked about point spreads, I mean, we had that caller last hour talking about the Bears won't have a home game left where they're favored. And correct me if either of you think I'm wrong. Doesn't this division just kind of feel like everybody's going to trade being a 1-point favorite against each other, depending on whether or not they're home?
I would.
If you have starting quarterbacks playing.
Yeah, like if Goff plays against the Bears at home, I think the Lions are like 1 to 1.5, maybe 2-point favorites. And then they come to Soldier Field, it's a pick, or the Bears are slightly favored.
Yeah. Everything is 3 or less to me, which some would say that's a pick 'em, Shea. I only say it just to get under his skin.
It does. It really.
You don't like pick'ems?
No, he just doesn't like.
I don't
He just
think
knows that's not true.
2.5 is not a pick 'em to me.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
I just said to get
a
under his
pick'em
skin
is a pick'em.
because that is just the lazy betting conversation of if it's 2.5 or 3. It's almost like it's not like a pick'em. It's not. It's like 2.5.
Hoodie learned early on that if I hand him a 3-point spread and he calls it a coin flip, my head hits the roof. So he's just been using that for.
I feel you. I get it.
I like teasing him like that because I know he has like a top 10 hot button issues. That's like right at the top.
What's number one?
I actually don't know right now.
What's your
actually, you
number-
know what number one is? This leads into the next question for you.
Okay, all right, see.
It's NFL officiating. It sucks. It's horrible.
It always sucks. It's always horrible.
Does
Move
it
on.
not feel like it's a little worse than maybe ever this year?
Move along. People say that every year.
No, but
every year.
this year is horrendous.
No. Every year.
He's going to give you the example, though, how
Let's hear
egregious
it.
this was last night.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, last night,
I saw
a
it.
game-ending play. Sam Darnold takes a sack in the end zone for a safety, effectively ends the game for the Vikings against the Rams. One problem, his head did a 360 like the girl in The Exorcist because he had his face mask yanked on. Nobody saw it. I don't know how. It was right in front of the official, the back judge in the back of the end zone, directly in front of him. And on replay, it's clear as effing day. Like, just shot or no shot. Objective penalties like this need to be reviewable.
Well, that's a shot. I have 2 questions, Chris. Are you
Yeah.
ready for the questions?
Yeah.
Aren't all scoring plays reviewable?
Yes.
Is a safety, is that a scoring play?
Yes.
Why is that not reviewable?
Because on a normal scoring play, if it's a passing touchdown, do they review the play and then say there was offensive holding on the line, so they take away the touchdown?
No.
They don't look at penalties that should be called on reviews, right? Or am I missing something?
No, they don't. They just
Right?
they want to make sure it's in the end zone.
In the end zone,
2 feet down.
do you cross the goal line? Do you have possession? They don't look at the entire play and say, well, there were 3 other penalties on the play, therefore touchdown is taken off the board. That doesn't happen. And I disagree. It's a no shot. We don't need more stalling in sports.
Well, you want to clear that out, pal? God almighty.
More stalling in sports.
Okay.
Well, it's the morning. I mean, come on.
Yeah?
Night guy.
I don't do that. Can't do that. Not looking at me saying that.
So, Jay, you want more stalling in sports?
No, I'll counter
more
that.
More reviews?
Well, let me-
Hang on. Replay assist has worked wonders this year. They turn things over in the blink of an eye now. Spot reviews get flipped in a second. Don't tell me about stalling. Replay assist has changed it, and they had that face mask replay up in about 3 seconds. They could very easily go replay assist, 15-yard penalty.
No, I'm going to be old guy in the room on this because
Safety is a scoring play. They should review that. And with that assist, with the new innovation of replay, they should look at that and say, yeah, he almost got his neck broken. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
I'm not disagreeing that there wasn't a face mask last night. I get it. I just think that we have way too much stoppage and reviewing and stalling, and we got to get everything perfect. Referees have missed calls for the entirety of sports. Our entire lives have missed calls.
But we have the technology to fix it now. Like offside, the Patriots
So then because you do that, you need to correct every penalty that takes place on every single play that takes place in a game.
Only
in
objective
hindsight.
stuff. Anything discretionary, you don't worry about.
Objective is objective. What? Like, it's only objective. Didn't you have the Rams last night?
I did.
So be happy with the bad call.
No, but it doesn't
Move it
change the
along.
fact that there was a horrible call because I benefited from being on the right side. The Patriots won an AFC title because D Ford lined up off sides, except he really wasn't.
And also,
I mean,
Chris, you're taking the extreme. You didn't have to go all the way to the right with that, with your parallel, with your example. Here's what we're talking about. You have replay. You have an extra layer of replay for the safety, quote unquote, of the player.
Yeah.
I mean, he twisted his helmet. That should have been a penalty. And again, safety, just like anything else, is a scoring play that should be reviewed. And along with that assist upstairs, oh, by the way, that was a face mask. If you're protecting the quarterback, protect him 100%, not 98%. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and it's like pass interference, I don't want reviewable because it's, was he there early? We can't really tell. Or like a holding penalty. Does he get enough of the jersey? I can't really tell. I don't want to review that stuff. It's not worth it. But offsides, is he over the line? Yes, no. Review it. Face mask. Did he tug the face mask? Yes, no. Review it. Anything that can be answered with a yes or no question should be reviewable.
And by the way, you'd be the only one in America that's concerned about the time of the NFL. Of all the sports, no one complains about the time of the NFL. No one complains. They complain about our college football during the national championship being too long. They talk about baseball before the clock was too long. No one complains, boy, this NFL game's taking too long. No one complains about the time. And by the way, if you're going to the game, where are you going? Where are you going?
Well,
you got dinner reservations in the fourth quarter?
No, I mean, when you're at the game, it takes forever.
Listen to that.
It takes forever.
Clear it out.
It takes forever.
But replay assist has been a revelation. It's been a revelation. They spot the ball, and then 2 seconds later, you get the head of referee like, replay assist. We've changed the spot of the ball. It's first down and 10.
I don't watch sports raging against refs. I just don't. It's just not something I care about. It just isn't.
I understand.
They got the call wrong yesterday. They get calls wrong every single game that I watch. I feel like this is also an NBA topic where people rage against bad calls from officials. Mm-hmm. It usually goes bad both ways. At some point, there's something on the other side that was missed as well. I'm probably different. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, who was it? Saints and Rams a few years ago in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
The blown pass interference call?
Yes.
It didn't bother me. It was a bad call. Didn't bother me.
Well, in hindsight, Saints fans just should have thrown beer bottles onto the field. They would have gotten it overturned.
Pulled to Texas.
Yeah. And still, Georgia found out a way to win the football game.
It's true.
All right. Along with Froggy, J Hood with you here.
I mean, does it really bother you that much?
Not bother. It's just a play.
Shay.
Yeah, it's something we need to talk about because that was one of the highlights of the game.
Yeah,
we have the technology to get things right and do it expeditiously. Do it. I don't get the problem. And whether I benefit or not, there's too much money in the world of gambling to not get this stuff right.
And the safety of the player, Chris, that matters too.
You're going to legalize gambling and get in bed with sports books. You got to get stuff right.
You know how many touchdowns will be called back because of a penalty that was totally unnecessary if that's the case?
I understand.
But not holding, not illegal block in the back. It's offsides,
only
yes,
when
no.
It's convenient for Shay.
No, only when it's convenient to do it quickly because it's very clearly yes or no a penalty.
To Shay's point, if you're going to go the extra mile when it comes to penalties, why not that?
No, I get that.
Oh, that's enough. All right, that'll be all for you.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Yeah?
What time you work last night? 7:30?
Yeah. 7:38. Yeah.
And then you come in with that.
Yeah. Well,
It wasn't the long 4.5. It wasn't
multiple
the
back-to-backs
Okay, that's
this week.
I understand. Well, like Embiid, maybe the day off tomorrow, right?
Then Sunday.
And then Sunday, right? They come back Sunday, like Embiid. All right, coming up, we have the picks, and then we have Courtney Cronin with the latest on the Bears and the Commanders. Cap and J Hood with Chris in for Cap on Chicago's Home for Sports.
You're listening